Espanola, and I am talking to you about John F. Kennedy. And in my day and time, to me, he has been the greatest president that has ever lived. He was killed in a very terrible way. He was in Dallas, Texas. He had flown there with Jackie, and they were in a convertible. And Oswald is the one that shot him. And he was way up in a building, like on, I don't know what floor, and he had a high-powered rifle. And he shot him through the head. And he fell over on Jackie. Well, immediately they rushed, of course, to the hospital with him. He was dead. They blowed his brains out.
How'd you feel?
How did I feel? Everybody was devastated. I was in the grocery store doing shopping, and somebody come in and said, our president is dead. They killed him. And everybody just stopped. It was like time stood still, and everybody started crying.
Did you cry?
It makes me want to cry too, because you know what? I still remember it. Everybody loved him so much. And we never turned the TV off. Jackie had on that day a pink suit with a pink pillbox hat. He fell over on her, and of course he bled all over her. She refused. The vice president, went with him, Lyndon B. Johnson. She refused to take her pink suit off. They were flown home immediately, back to Washington. And she still had it on. And they swore in. He wanted to be swore in right then in midair, which I thought was very distasteful. Anyway, at the funeral, he was in a wagon drawn by horses. I'll never forget the sight of it. And Jackie, and it was cold, it was very cold. And Jackie walked behind the wagon. And everybody loved their children. John, they called him. And Caroline. You never forget something like that. That's all. It still makes me cry when I think about him.
Do you remember anything Kennedy did in office?
I can't. Everything. This was top priority. And I cannot remember one thing. I really can't.
What about Ronald Reagan?
Ronald Reagan, the way I remember it, that he was getting into a car in front of a big building. I seen this on TV. And somebody come out of nowhere, a guy, and he shot him, and he shot another guy. And he was a bald-headed guy. It paralyzed the other guy, but thank God Ronald Reagan lived. And he was a great man. Everybody loved him too. He, even though he was a movie star, very good looking, very handsome. His wife was inseparable. And they used to go horseback riding, I remember that. They'd show them horseback riding. I guess they had a ranch. I guess it must have been in California here somewhere. And as far as I know, she is still living. She's a little bitty thing.
Do you remember anything Cesar Chavez?
Cesar Chavez?
Mm-hmm.
He was a Mexican guy, and he was a very peaceful guy. He's a very helpful guy to the Mexicans. He went around and did talks and tried to get them non-violence. That's what he believed in. He wanted to get them better working rights, is what he wanted. But he did not believe in violence. And he led a lot of the Mexican people in that direction. Thank God for him. And I just heard on the radio he died. That's all I know about him.
Okay. Well, this concludes our
Martin Luther
interview.
King. Okay, that's